Hello and welcome. Today we are going on an absolutely incredible journey. We're diving deep into the microscopic universe that exists inside every single one of us. So get ready, we're taking a guided tour of the fundamental unit of life itself, the cell. Let's get started. This quote really just says it all, doesn't it? A cell isn't just some random blob of chemicals. No, it's a highly organized living thing with a purpose. It's like a miniature, bustling city, and we're about to walk its streets. So, every great tour has to start at the beginning, right? Before we can actually enter this city, we need to understand what it's even made of, the basic chemical building blocks of all living things. At its very core, life is all about chemistry, and it's built from just 6 key elements you see right here: carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, and sulfur. I mean, think about it. These 6 things make up about 90% of our body's dry weight. And out of all of them, carbon is the real star. It's the ultimate connector, with this amazing ability to form long, stable chains, making it the perfect backbone for all the complex molecules of life. And here's what it looks like when those elements come together to build, well, us. Just take a look at this chart. For an average person, more than 61% is just water. It's literally the solvent of life. After that, you got proteins, which are like the little machines doing all the work in our cells, and lipids, which store energy and build boundaries. This is pretty much the basic recipe for a human being. Now, it's important to know that not all cells are created equal. You've basically got 2 major kingdoms: the super simple prokaryotes, like bacteria, and then the much more complex eukaryotes. Eukaryotic cells are the ones that make up plants, animals, and, well, you and me. They're bare, and they have all these specialized departments, or organelles, which is exactly why our tour today is going to focus just on them. All right, let's get to the main attraction. We are now officially entering the city limits of a eukaryotic cell. I want you to picture a bustling metropolis where every single specialized structure we're about to visit, these organelles, has a critical job to do. Okay. Our first stop has to be the most important building in the entire city, the nucleus. This is City Hall. It's the central command, the main office. This is where all the rules, all the blueprints for the entire cell are stored and managed. Inside this command center, the nucleus holds our DNA, the master blueprint for everything. And it's here that the blueprint gets copied into RNA so instructions can be sent out. The whole thing is protected by a tough double membrane. And the integrity of this wall is absolutely vital. I mean, defects in just one key protein here, called lamin A, can lead to a devastating premature aging condition. It really highlights how critical this one structure is for our health. Every city needs power to run, right? Well, in the cell, that's the job of our next stop, the mitochondria. These are the power plants, working 24/7, tirelessly generating the energy that fuels every single activity happening in the cell. So mitochondria create all this power by producing something called ATP. That's the universal energy currency of the cell. But here's a really fascinating little detail. Mitochondria have their own DNA, and it's circular, just like a bacterium's. This is actually powerful evidence for the theory that billions of years ago, they were totally separate organisms that just happened to form a partnership with our ancient ancestors. How cool is that? Okay, from energy, we move on to manufacturing. Welcome to the endoplasmic reticulum, or the ER for short. This huge network of membranes is basically the industrial heartland of the cell. It's the main factory floor where all the essential molecules get built. The ER isn't just one thing, though. It has 2 distinct divisions. You've got the rough ER, which is covered in these tiny dots called ribosomes. Those are the actual machines that build proteins. Then you have the smooth ER, which specializes in making lipids and, really importantly, detoxifying drugs and other nasty stuff. So it's kind of like a factory and a water treatment plant all rolled into one. So, once all these products are made in the factory, they need to be sorted, packaged, and shipped out. And that's the job of the Golgi apparatus. Think of it as the cell's central post office, or maybe it's Amazon fulfillment center, making sure every single protein gets to exactly where it needs to go. The Golgi doesn't just ship things out, though. It also does the finishing touches. It'll add little sugar or lipid tags to proteins to label them for their journey. Then it packages them up into these tiny bubbles called vesicles and sends them on their way, either to other parts of the cell or for export out of the cell entirely. A busy city produces a lot of waste, and a cell is no different. Our final stop on this part of the tour introduces us to some of the unsung heroes of the cell: the sanitation and recycling departments, otherwise known as the lysosomes and peroxisomes. Lysosomes are basically little bags full of powerful digestive enzymes that break down old cell parts and invading bacteria. But this process has to be kept under lock and key. If those enzymes leak, they can cause serious damage linked to diseases like arthritis. Peroxisomes handle a different kind of toxic waste, neutralizing things like hydrogen peroxide. The fact that a malfunction here can cause severe conditions just shows how critical waste management is inside the cell. So, we've toured the city's key buildings, the control center, the power plants, the factories. But what actually holds this whole metropolis together? What gives it its shape and allows things to move from place to place? We're now turning to the hidden infrastructure that makes it all possible, the cell's dynamic skeleton. You know, when we look at diagrams of a cell, the space between all the organelles looks empty, but it's not at all. It's filled with the cytoskeleton, this incredibly intricate and dynamic network of protein filaments. It's the steel frame of the buildings, it's the roadways, and it's the support cables of our entire cell city. This framework is made of three main components. First, you have microtubules, which act like the cell's highways, providing tracks for little motor proteins to haul cargo around. Second, there are actin filaments. They're super dynamic and are crucial for cell movement and muscle contraction. And third, you have intermediate filaments, which are all about pure mechanical strength. They're like the steel cables holding the city's structures firm against any stress. Okay, so all of this amazing infrastructure, the skeleton and all the organelles, it doesn't just exist in a vacuum. It's all suspended in this remarkable substance, the very matrix of life within the cell. This is the cytosol. It's the gel-like fluid that fills up the entire cell, and it is so much more than just water. It's a crowded, bustling chemical soup that's packed with enzymes, nutrients, and salts. This is where so many of life's core metabolic processes happen, like glycolysis, which is the first step in getting energy from sugar. The cytosol is the very matrix where the chemistry of life unfolds. As our tour starts to wrap up, I think the most profound takeaway is just how all these parts are integrated. It's not a random collection of organelles. It's a dynamic, living system where the cytoskeleton provides the structure and the transport network, all of which is suspended and operating within the metabolic hub of the cytosol. It's perfect integration. And this integration is so complete that it even controls the cell's own life cycle. Just think about apoptosis, or programmed cell death. A cell doesn't just fall apart when it gets old. It often chooses to self-destruct in this highly regulated way when its job is done, all for the greater good of the organism. It really is the ultimate act of coordination. So we've gone from a few basic elements to a city of organelles, all held together by a dynamic skeleton and powered by the chemical reactions happening in its cytosol. The cell is an absolute marvel of integrated engineering, and understanding the city, its infrastructure, and its atmosphere is really the first step to understanding life itself. Thanks for joining me on this tour.